Today we will be learning about the preterite form of Spanish verbs. Quiet. Mildred, I will have no speaking out in class. Is that clear? Thank you. As I was saying, this is the most exciting by far. It derived from the ancients. And, yes, a question.
Did they really?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but it's the past tense of verbs, so I'm assuming it comes from the past. But anyway, now, no more questions. We're going to learn. Now let's get on with the Spanish, the preterite form. One-time past, completed past action. Class begins now. Through this great expedition, we will uncover the past tense. Let us search. Let the search begin. Searching frantically through the nature, trying to find anything the ancients could have left us. History of the preterite tense. Now, first, we must learn the basics before we go in search of more. The AR endings of a verb in preterite tense are a, aste, o, amos, astes, aron. Now, the ER and IR endings are e, iste, io, emos, istes, ieron. Now we've got a lot to discover out in the wild moor. Let us see how our search progress is going.
I have made a discovery! It is a piece of ancient writing with the 4 stem verbs.
You see, there are 3 categories of irregular prefixes. Let me see that their ancient writing so that I may read it. Oh yes, I have studied many years in ancient preterite writing, which is a brand new language in itself. Anyway, starting with I. Now the 3 categories are I, U, and UV. So starting with I, ather becomes eth or eth, 2 spellings as shown on the screen. Querer becomes quis, and venir becomes veen. Those are the I ones. Oh, I can't quite decipher the rest of this. Oh, I need help from younger eyes.
The U stems are as follows. Aber becomes hu, poder becomes pood, poner becomes poos, and saber becomes soup.
Yes, indeed! Now, the UV stem group includes andar, which becomes anduv, astar, which becomes astuv, and tener, which becomes tuv. They all have the endings similar to the IR and ER endings, but without the accent marks. These are A, iste, o, emos, istes, and ieron, as depicted on the screen of technology.
The J stem verbs differ, however. They include deithir to dich, traer to trach, and conducir to conduch. They end in a, iste, o, emos, istes, eron.
Irregular! There and ear. We stay, play, wemos, sweepstakes, we're on. Woo! Dar, to give. Diste, dio, demos, distes, dieron. There, to see. Be, biste, bio, bimos, bistes, dieron. But alas, there are still many other irregulars that disrupt our society. But they can still coexist peacefully with everyone else. CAR endings go to K, GAR endings go to gay, CAR endings go to say. Gosh, we've learned a lot of verbs today. Peace out. At 7 o'clock, your news update with Kimberly Walsh.
We interrupt your program for a very important announcement. AR and ER verbs are currently in rehab to get over their fear of change. If they had stem changes in the present tense, they do not in the preterite. IR verbs, however, are fearless. If they had a stem change in the present, they still change in the preterite, only in the third person singular and plural, such as O to you and E to I, like dormir and divertir. Also, Spanish dinosaurs are taking over the capital. That's all for your news update.
Ole!
Preterite!